Hello everyone, welcome back again to my channel. So this is the second part of the project name Employee Management System. So in this project I'm gonna continue the remaining portion of this project. So in my previous video I have covered almost all the things. Okay, so the remaining part will be covered in this video. So if you haven't watched the first part of the Employee Management System project, so you can just go and check the first part of this project. The link is in description, and then you will be able to understand this project more accurate, because if you watch the second part directly, then you can't relate, because the in the first part major portion has been done. So let's start with this video, and gonna if you have already watched the first part, then we will start this the remaining part in this video. So let's start. Okay, so login. So firstly, let me show you how many things on this login page. So there are two labels, two text boxes, two buttons, and one image. So this is the J frame, that is this frame, this is the frame, and this is J label, that is two labels, and this is the text field, this is the text field, and this is password field. Whatever you write in this password field, it will be not visible to your user, like it will be visible as dot dot dot. So that's why I'm making this field as password field. And this is J button, B1 and B2, and this is image. Okay, so this is the class, that is login, and the same files will imported in this login.java class also. And this is the constructor of this class, so it will be actually called, so f is equal to, like the frame is equal to new frame login. So this is the login, why it is showing here, that's why it is showing here. Okay, because I'm writing it as in I'm writing this frame name as login, and the background color is white, because the predefined color of this frame is by default NetBeans is giving this color, like this ID color is gray. So I don't want the gray color, that's why I'm making the background color as white, and I'm not using any predefined layout. That is why I'm giving the parameter of the set layout is null. Okay, so then L1 is what, the text, the J label. So in this for this frame, the origin is 00 here. Okay, so I want this username here. So how I can show this username here by this two parameters, by this four parameters, sorry, set bounds 40 20. So 40 is the 40 is the this 40 is x-axis and 20 is y-axis. Okay, so 40 and 20 is x and y axis, and 130 is the height and the width. Okay, then I'm adding this label in this frame, that is f. Okay, then same doing for this label of password and adding this thing in f, and then same this thing doing for this password field and password text field, sorry, J text field, and this is x-axis, this is y-axis. So you have to good in coordinate geometry, because this is the coordinate geometry thing, that is two plane thing. You have a x-axis and you have a y-axis, so according to your coordinates it will be fit in your frame. Okay, then this is the set bounds, so this is the coordinate geometry thing, you can easily understand. And this is the image, and I'm taking this image from my system, that's why I'm taking is class loader dot get system resource, and that resource is where, and the address, like the path, so that is icon/avatar.png. so this is the avatar.png. And then button, so button should have a action listener, so whenever we click on this button, so it will redirect to your new page. Okay, so this is the things which I have already explained in my last front.java page, so you can easily understand it. And if you have still any query, so you can just comment down, and and I will definitely reply you back. Okay, and then b1 is equal to J button, that is login. Okay, so I'm initializing it as login, and this is the bounds. Okay, set bounds x axis, y axis, and the height and width. Then b1 dot add action listener, because I want this button should do whenever I click on this, that's why I'm making it as add add action listener. You can make anything to be dynamic. That this is a static thing, I'm clicking on it and it will not going to anywhere, but whenever I click on this thing, so you have to like invalid because there is no credential. Okay, so you have to show something. So that's why I'm making this button as add. I'm giving the feature to this button as add action listener, and the background color is black and the foreground color is white. So this is the foreground color and this is the background color, and I'm adding this button is in this frame F, that is object F, and that is class that object is of class J frame, and same doing for the B2 button. Okay, then same thing, then okay, then I'm setting this this frame as visible because I want this to be visible for the all time, and when it will be disabled, that will be decided whenever I click on this action perform thing. Okay, and the size of this frame is 600 and 300, and the location of this frame is 400 and 300. Okay, and the action performed. So what action should be performed whenever I click on this button? So it will check that the credential is right or wrong. So if it is right, so it will redirect you to the another page, and if it is wrong, so it will show you a dialog box that is invalid login. Okay, so I am making like this is a con we have a class con. So I am making object C1 of the class con, and I am taking the details, the data from this text boxes by this function that is get text. Okay, so by this function you can get the text from the password. Okay, so t1.get text, so it will take the data from this text box, and t2.get text, so it will take this data from this password field. Okay, then I am using a variable that is q of type string, and that variable has a query, that is SQL query, that is select star from login, because it has to be checked from a login. This is a table name, login table. So the table name, if that is u and v, that is the we have two variables, that is u and v. U has the username and v has the password. So if the username and password is same as the login table credential, then it will be in this query will be execute right. If it is wrong, then like it will execute right, but the data is should be matched. If it is matched, then it will redirect you to another page, and if it is wrong, then it will show you a dialog box that is invalid login. Okay, then this result set, it is very important. This result set is a class. I'm making an object that is rs of this result set class. So how this result set is working, this result set is worked by cell to cell. Like we have in a table, we have multiple columns and we have multiple rows. So it will firstly check your first column, first row of and first column, and it will check your then next it will check the second row first column, then it will check the third row first column, then it will check the fourth row up to n row of the first column, then it will come to the next. Okay, so this is how it will work, and it will execute like this s variable we have made in this con.java. So s variable will execute the query. It has the function of query, and the query is parameter as this q. So q has this query. Okay, so it will copy the query here, and it will execute by the c1.s.query. Okay, c1 is nothing but this object. Okay, and so it will execute this query, and rs.next will whenever the last column will came, it will be false. Currently it is true. Okay, so we have two attributes in our database, so it will run for the 2 times. Okay, so first it will check the username, and second it will check the password. So if the both things are correct, then it will redirect you to the details.java, and that will be visible, and your this thing frame is disabled. Okay, and if it is wrong, so it will give you a dialog box that is invalid login, and that for that instance your this window should also disable on that time also. Okay, so this should be written in this try and catch thing. Okay, so this is all for this class, and there's a main function where you have to call the object of this class login, because the main function is actually called by the compiler. Okay, so this is all for this class. Then if the things are correct, like if the credential are correct, like admin and password is 1234, then it will redirect you to the new page, that is this page, that is employee. So I have made the employee activity as details.java. so this here it is details.java. Okay, so same thing here again, like we have imported all the required files, whatever we need in to use all the things in this page. Okay, so details, employee details. So this is employee details. We have 4 buttons, so we are using 4 variables of this J button, and we are using 2 labels, that is L1 and L2, that is employee and details. Okay, employee details. Okay, so I'm not using any predefined layout, so I'm giving it a null. Then this L1 is 00 and 700 and 500. Okay, then is L1 is also layout is null. Then image icon is this image icon, that is background icon. Okay, then labeling it L2 is details, like employee details. Okay, employee details. Okay, actually I'm not using this L1. I don't know why I have wrote this, but don't worry about that. Just focus on this thing L2. Okay, L2 is the actually whatever is visible, what is actually visible in this page. Okay, so this L2 dot set bounds, so this is X and this is Y, and this is the size of this label area. And the label font style is serif, and it is bold, and it size is 25, color is black, and I'm adding it is in L1. Okay, I'm copying this thing is in L1. Okay, so that's why I have made this in L1, because it has the boundary, so that's why I have initialized. Okay, got it. Then button B1 is add, second button is view, third button is remove, fourth button is update. So bounds are there. Okay, and this is the font style, and font is bold or italic thing, and this is the size of the font, and I'm adding it in L1. Okay, so L1 is nothing but this area is L1. Okay, so I'm adding it in L1. L1 is this area, so all the things are in this L1. Okay, then this L1 will be add to this frame, that is F. So here it is. So F has all the things, so F will be visible, so this L1 will be visible, so this L1 will be visible, so this all the things will be visible which is inside the L1. And the location of this frame is location is for 450 and 200, that is X and Y axis, and size of this frame is 700 and 500. You can expand it and reduce it according to you. Okay, then this action performed, like whenever I click on this thing, so it should go to this add employee. Whenever I click on this view thing, it should go to this view employee. Whenever I click on this remove, then it should go to the remove employee class. So I have four classes: add employee, view employee. So it will do according to your click. Like whenever you click on this thing, it should go to, so there's a if conditions, so it will check that you have clicked on which button. So according to your it will respond according to your on which button you have clicked on. Okay, and this main function will be called, and there's we have initialized this thing, and this all will be executed. Okay, so whenever I click on this thing, so this add employee.class will be called, that is add employee.java. So this is add employee.java. Let me minimize. Okay, so we have how many we have multiple labels: 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 labels. Okay, and 2 buttons and 11 text boxes. So let me fill this form. Okay, so let's fill as Rajat. Father name is Rakesh. Okay, age Rajat age is 21. Date of birth is 21 hyphen 12 hyphen 2000. Okay, address is Shahadra, Delhi. Phone number should be 10 digit. So the constraint, the things of this constraint you can modify at your database. So if you want a 10 digit phone number, so you can just make your table, you make your tables attributes as constraint that it should only take 10 digit, not more than 10 digit it should not take. Okay, and email id is abc@gmail.com, education btech, job post like junior engineer junior E, and Aadhaar card number something. Employee ID, it should be remembered by the manager. Okay, so let's make this is the first employee I'm adding, so let's make is ed1. Okay, and then just click on this submit button. So it will show you a dialog box that is details successfully inserted. Now you can check the details. So we view, you have to just write the employee ID. So we have made the employee ID as ed1. Click on the search button and it will show you the employee ID, that is Rajat. Father name is whatever we have added. Okay, so it will show you. So how this add button is working, so let me explain you. So we have all the things I have told you. Okay, so these are the labels and these are the fields and these are the buttons and this is the frame. Same thing I'm doing like in my previous classes. Same thing you can just see, and I'm not going to explain it again because it's very similar thing, and you can just understand. Okay, like this is the frame name, okay, heading name, and I'm loading this employee jpg, that is employee jpg, this background picture, and just adding this all the things in this frame, f.add dot, like all the things in this frame. This is the frame, and all the things should be added to this frame. This is the frame, all the things should be added to this frame. Okay, so this is the addition part. Then the main thing is here, that is action performed. So it will copy, it will take all the things, all the part that you have, that you have filled in this form. So it will copy to the another variables, that is string variables. So I have made this string variables, and then it will execute this query, that is insert query, because you have to insert this data in your database. So this insert command should be executed. Okay, so this is again the same thing, con cc new cc. So this cc is the object of this con class, and it will call this as object, and it will execute the query q. Okay, then it will, if the query is right and if the things are be perfectly filled, then it will be show you a dialog box that details successfully inserted, and this frame should be disabled after adding the details. So it should be disabled, and the new details, like the same details.java, it should again visible. So you want to again add, so you can again add, the same query will be executed again and again. Okay, and if some exception occurred, then it will show you an exception, that is the error is EE is that thing, whatever the type of exception the compiler found, that compiler will be show you the type of exception. Okay, then okay, so the button thing, whenever you click on this button, like the submit button b1, so it will show you the new details. B1 is B1 is this, B1 is cancel. So whenever you click on this, so it should be it should go to this details.java, like it should go to this details.java, and that add employee should be disabled. So it is disabling here, and this is the new file, previous file where you are redirecting. Okay, so this is the main function where I have to just just call this add new. So I can call it by either writing add employee made a object and is equal to new add employee, or by writing this thing. This is the working. This will work same as before. Okay. So then I I have explained this add thing. Now I'm explaining this view thing. So view is search employee.java. Okay, so how you can search your employee? By writing the employee id. So here you have just a label and a text box and two buttons. So you have to just write the employee id, and if the employee id is matched to your employee id in your database, so it will show you the details of your database. Okay, so this is the all things I have already told you. Same the things I have told you in my previous classes, so I'm not going to explain it again. Okay, then action performed. So b2 is what? B2 is this thing. Okay, so one second, this is search employee. So search employee, like I'm writing this ed1, so it should search and it will show you the details. Okay, details. So one second, guys. So after that, guys, what part we have remaining? That this part is completed, and the employee details we have now. We got the employee details. So if you want, if we want to print the employee details, so we can print by this button. So it will be show that print successfully, right? And then we have remaining part is like so one more thing, like whenever we are searching any particular employee, so how this page is working, like print data window, how it will came out. So let me show you the code for this window. So print data, so we have another class which is print data, that is this print data. So whenever we click on this, whenever we one second, whenever we find any particular employee, so this page will be came out. So basically it will check the employee id, and if employee id is matched, then it will show the particular employee id from the database, right? So how this page is working. So let me explain you. These are the same libraries, and these are the labels, and this is the frame. So this is the frame, right? And we have labels, all this employee id, name, father's name, address, mobile number, okay, and this email id, education, job post. So these are the labels, and these are also the labels, but it will be converted after the database details are getting in this window, right? And we have two buttons, print and cancel. Okay, and one is image icon. So image icon is nothing but the background image. I have used the background image, and I just stretch the background image, so that's why it is not showing. It's like a background color, but it is actually an image, right? Then this button will be called like this is the constructor of this class. So firstly it will check select star from employee, that it will star will give you the complete table from the employee table, where email id is equal to whatever we give on that previous class. Okay, so where email id, if the email id is matched, so the particular data will be retrieved from the database to this window, right? So this is the rs. I have already told you that how this rs object work, because it is an object of result set class. So result set class work as it jumps from one cell to another cell of a particular row. So firstly it will check the name, then father, then age, then date of birth. So these are the strings basically. Okay, these are the string I have made a, so this is a string. So string are getting the details from the database, and it is copying in the string. Okay, and it will now this all code are in try, because why I have made this code in try, because if any exception came, then this code will this try and catch exception will handle that any kind of exception. Okay, then this frame print data. So this is basically the title of this frame, I can say, and then this frame will be visible all the time. After, if I click on this button, then it will be disabled, right? And then this is the size of the frame, and this is the location of the frame where it will be open after you execute this page. Okay, and then the background color is white, but I don't there is no effect of this white background because I have already used the color, and now I'm not using any layout, predefined layout, so that's why I'm giving the parameter as null in this set layout function. Then after that we have the labels. Okay, then image icon is nothing but this background icon. Then I'm setting this image, right? Okay, then employee details, this is the employee details label. Okay, and this is the employee ID. All the things are same like the previous video. And this is set bound is nothing but the x and y axis. This is the x axis and this is the y axis, and this is the size of the label. That is id 8. Id is at nothing but the label, so this is the size. Okay, so now I have made total 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 labels. So it will be you can say, check that there are total 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. One second. Here it is. Like from the job post, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Okay, so the total 8 labels are there. So I'm just explaining you the first label, and all labels working as same as the first label. Okay, so first label is like, this is the label name, employee ID, here it is. Okay, and this is the x-axis and y-axis, and this is the size of this label, right? And this is the formatting of this label, font size and font color and like font style. And then I'm adding it in id 9, that is the label, another label, that is the complete label. Okay, and then the same code is doing for all the labels. Okay, you can just this is a very easy thing, you can understand it very easily. Then after that, the main thing is here, and this is the print function. Print function is has the add action listener thing, because it has to be do something. If I click on this, and it has the another button is there, and if I click on this cancel, so it has do another thing, it should do another thing, right? And this action performed. So whenever I click on this first button, so it should show me this message that print is successful. And this after that, if I'm clicking on this dialog box, then this print data will be disabled. That's why I'm writing this disable thing. Okay, and that is I'm giving this the parameter as false. And then details window will be enabled, right? And if I'm clicking on this cancel thing, then this thing will be this frame will be false, and the new view employee is enabled. So let me show you that this view employee is enabled. And if I am clicking on this print thing, then the details will be enabled after that dialog box. This dialog box came, and then this detail class is enabled, right? And this is the main function, which is actually called by the compiler, and it is actually run by the compiler. Okay, so after that we can remove the data. So remove the data, same the code for this. So this is the data which is for ed1. So if I want to delete the data for the Rajat, that is a employee ID ed1, so I can remove the data from the database. So how it is working, how this employee remove employee is working. So let me show you this remove employee Java. So this is nothing but the remove employee.java class. So the same import files. This is the frame, and this is the text field. Okay, and these are the labels, and these are the buttons. So there are 4 buttons, you can see, B1, B2, B3, B4, and this is the name of the frame. So all the working of this class are same as the print class, but only one thing is different, because we don't want to check the details, we want to delete the detail from the database. So this command will be run. Which command? The SQL command for deleting. So deleting command for any delete query in SQL, we have the query select whatever the content we want to delete from the table, we have to give them. So we want to delete the name, phone number, email, from employee where email employee ID is this. So this employee number, email ID, and this thing will be deleted from the database after you whenever you click on this remove button. So if the button is equals to B, then this data will be deleted, right? Okay. Then if I does not if I is equal to 0, so then ID not found. If this thing is 0, then ID will be not found. Okay, if the details are no, if the employee ID is wrong, then it will show a message that is ID not found. So if employee ID is not matched, then it will show you the message that there is no employee ID of this name. So this message will be displayed if the employee ID is not matched, right? ID not found. Okay, then I have explained I hope I have explained this all the classes very accurate till now. So one class is just remaining, that is update class. So whenever you click on this update, so this dialog will appear. If you update the details of any particular employee, so you can update. So the update query will be executed in this class. So here it is the class. Here is the class, that is update employee. So here the same thing as is working like my previous classes in my previous class. So I'm not going to explain it again, all the things, that is JFrame and this SQL libraries. Okay, so there are multiple labels and there are one frame, and this is the frame title. Okay, so these all kinds of things are same. So if you are watching this video from the starting, so you can relate it that these are the same things which I have explained earlier. So I'm not going to explain it again. Okay, so after that I'm going to just explain the first that important thing, that is this show data. Okay, so how it will show data first. So it will take the data, that is this, from text boxes, and it will check the employee ID. So this text boxes will be checked to the database employee ID table tables column, and if this employee ID is matched, then it will execute this query, that is action performed. Whenever you click on this button, so this update query will be performed. So firstly this show data will be performed, and how it will work. So it will copy the data from this text boxes and store it in a variable, that is t1, t2, and till t9. And then if this employee ID is not matched, then it will show a message ID not found. But if it is correct, then it will do the work in right way. Then if you click on this update button, then this action performed function will be called by the compiler. Okay, so if you click on this update button, so this query will be generated, this query will be executed, that is update employee set name t1. So all the things like all the name, date of birth, address, phone number, all the things will be updated. Okay, so let's suppose I am updating this thing. Let's suppose I am updating phone number of the Rajat, that is 88888. Let's suppose I'm giving this new phone number of Rajat. Okay, so if I'm click on this update, so it will be updated, and it will not show you the update details, because it will be updated in backend. If you want to check the update details, like it has been updated or not, so you can check by giving the employee ID from the view. So right here it has been changed. So the database working is working in this project. Okay, so the database concept is very important in this project. Whole project is based on the database concept, that is MySQL. So if you are watching this video, so you are getting that this MySQL thing is very easy and very important to understand in any programming, because the database concepts should be clear for any programmer, right? So I think I have explained all the features of this employee management system, that is add the new customer, view customer, remove the customer, update the customer. Okay, so I have explained all the classes, that is these classes. So I don't think any of the class has been remaining. So So this is all for this video, guys. I hope you have understand the this project very accurate. And if you have still any doubts at any place, so you can just mention your doubt in the comment section, and I will reply you back definitely. Okay, so till then, I think this is all for this video. And if you haven't subscribed my channel, so please subscribe it, and please press the bell icon so that my new whenever I upload the new video, so you will get notified. So thank you so much for watching this video, and please give this video a big thumbs up, and comment your views, feedback, and your doubts if you have any, and subscribe my channel, guys. Thank you so much. This is all for this video. I will upload more videos on my projects. So till then, thank you so much, and and if you have still doubts, so you can just mention in the comments. Okay, thank you so much.